The Apple iPhone 15 is coming with some incredible new specs, and we're finally getting a new design and features. So first story of the day, before we get into the exciting news on the iPhone 15, we now have iOS 16.3 released to the public. You can now download the new update, and although minor, we've got updates to security keys, we've got new Unity wallpapers, and second generation HomePod support. Of course, there are plenty of bug fixes as well, including a fix for the horizontal lines that have been appearing on some of the iPhone 14 Pro Maxes. Now we've also got security updates to iOS 12.5.7, and this is for the iPhone 5S and older phones, and this goes to show that Apple do still look after the older phones. Next up, we've got a tweet from Shrimp Apple Pro who has the results for the iPhone 15's design. He says that all the iPhone 15 series are going to have the same display sizes as last year's models. He also says that the Pros are going to have thinner bezels and curved edges, and he also confirms that the displays will be flat. He then went on to elaborate, and he says that basically it's going to be a similar design to the Apple Watch 8, where the display is flat and then the curve starts at the bezel. Now Shrimp Apple Pro has proved himself to be very credible over the past year. With so many leakers now advising us of this new design for the iPhone 15, it seems very likely that it's going to be true. A source on Weibo has also come out with some information, and it tells us we can expect some price hikes on this year's iPhone 15. While the actual increase isn't known at the moment, it's expected that it's going to hit the Pro models much harder than the non-Pro models, and that's hardly going to be a surprise. When it comes to the non-Pro models though, I think we're still going to see a small price hike, as reports have stated that while the body is going to remain the same, they're going to be getting the new dynamic island as well as a 48 megapixel primary camera. Now the Pro models are likely to see a big increase in price, as they're going to be getting a new curved titanium frame, they're going to feature the new 3nm A17 chipset, they're also getting an upgrade to the RAM, and the iPhone 15 Pro Max is going to be getting the first periscope camera on an iPhone. We're still unsure whether the largest Pro model is going to be called the iPhone 15 Pro Max or the iPhone 15 Ultra, but with all the improvements and the Pro moving further away from the non-Pro in terms of specs, then I think the iPhone 15 Ultra seems likely. Now unfortunately, it looks as if there's going to be no Touch ID for the iPhone 15 series, but to be honest, I think this is just something that iPhone users have come to accept. Apple always marketed Face ID as superior to Touch ID, so I don't see them changing their minds anytime soon. Now of course, with launch set to be in September as usual, there's going to be plenty more leaks flooding in before that, and of course I'm going to be sharing them as they come.